Thank you for joining us. This will be me. Thank you for joining me. This will be my thoughts on The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 2, Strangers. The episode is rated TVMA, so will this video be. There will be spoilers for the episode and all the ones leading up to it, not for anything from later on in the franchise. And, yeah, another episode I absolutely fucking loved. Let's see. I think... I want to start by just briefly, so if you, let's see, no, I think, yes, so I appreciated the way that the episode, yeah, revealed the termites have been following, and the yeah, they use the term, they say in order to survive we have to hunt, and I understand that and according to IMDb trivia for this episode, in the comics they're not known as termites but rather hunters, so that's a neat little. And yeah, I am not entirely sure what exactly Gabriel's secret is, but I'm looking forward to finding out. I can hardly wait to see the Carol and Daryl, thankfully back together again, not just because it rhymes. Yeah, following the doctor car. That was also it was really yeah, great seeing them be reunited in the episode before this one. And right, I also wanted to note, so when she finds, when Carol finds the watch in the episode before this one, that was very reminiscent of Showa. You know, this thing of like just a bunch of people's belongings, you know, in a gathered in a room, having been taken from people that were killed. And I think that might more or less cover it. Before we get into... Okay, I feel like after I mention the Showa, I do want to make absolutely clear I stand with Palestine. I am not at all remotely okay with the genocide that the IDF were carrying out in Gaza. Yeah, I think that might... I feel like there's one more thing that I wanted to say, but what was it? I think the rest of it is scene by scene stuff. So yeah, the let's see. I guess the first thing is their right. It was great seeing yeah, them take care of the baby, feeding the baby. And there was a let's see, yeah, oh right, it was yeah, in my video on the episode before this one, I appreciated the thing about, they're preparing for fighting their way out of the train car, and like there's the direction, go for the eyes, which, like, yeah, if it's life or death, that is a it's fucked up, but it I've heard it works. And yeah, then we have the mm, yeah, I like the it's too bad she no longer has the sword, but I appreciate her distinct, making the distinction. She doesn't miss it. She misses, Herschel. And oh wow. I It is just not coming to me. The other name, um Andrea. That's right. Yeah. Makes sense that those would be the the two. Yeah, that she would mention. But yeah, the her making like a double spear thing was quite cool, and the bit where she like stabs one person or the zombie, Jesus, one zombie with it with the front end, and then one other with the back end. Again in the episode before this one. Yeah, I think that is it for them. Yeah, the I think that brings us nicely to so yes, um yeah, they're walking through the woods, and you hear someone yelling for help, and yeah, like it's this thing of Carl still wants them to be the good guys, and he wants to, and he's worried Rick doesn't even know who the good guys are anymore. And um yeah, the I liked it in this episode. I forget if it was this part of the episode, but at one point, yeah, she grabs for the sword, not remembering um, that she no longer has it. Um, yeah, she has a phantom sheath. Uh, yeah, I think. Yeah, so they managed to save him, and we again have this. I've mentioned it a bit before. I think the show does a really good job handling a topic like religion, um, because I can see where, like, that there's the thing of, was like, are um, do you have any weapons? And he says no. The Lord provides all the protection that I need. And Daryl says, doesn't look like yeah. To which Gabriel says, I called and you came. Because like, yeah, that is the those are the ways that someone, obviously, like, the characters are, well, actually, I guess I don't know for sure about Daryl, but I could understand if he, considering the shit he's always been through since childhood, if he were not a Christian. I was about to say that certainly some of the characters, some of our survivors are Christian, but yeah, you know, um, but yeah. So a skeptic and a Christian's, you know, different reads on whether he need, you know, yeah, uh, yeah. I think that brings us to the and yeah. The three questions are employed, and you have the thing about, yeah, he says, to the question of why, he answers, I sin. I sin every day, but I confess them to God, not to strangers. And that is also this, thing of, yeah, he's not going to pretend like he's never done anything wrong. In fact, sins every day. I yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess with society having collapsed, you have a lot of free time on your hands. But yeah, he's not going to tell them about it. And yeah, the thing about, well, there's a church nearby, and then then he says, maybe there is no church. Maybe I'm just luring you into a trap. My parishioners have told me that my sense of humor sucks. Yeah, that, wow. He's lucky that they're not more trigger happy, because that, holy shit. But yeah, so he takes them there, and the yeah, again, the show has such great, like, non-verbal, just visual world building. You see a bunch of drawings on the wall, from the children. Um, and I mean, very likely they're dead now, those kids, so it's, yeah. And he ate all the canned food um, from the food drive. Um, yeah, I mean, at that point, dude, the world better have ended outside. Jesus Christ, there's some people who are going to be fucking pissed if not. Understandably so. But yeah, just the camera pans across, and we see all these empty cans, um, and it is also, it's a believable story, and it also, like, yeah, if he genuinely has not killed any walkers, yeah, how much could he have gotten from the, yeah. Um, I think that pretty well brings us to, yeah, the you know, um, yeah, we're told, well, there's a bus. Gabriel says he is okay with them taking it, and there's the thing about, well, it'll run in a day or two, um, and we're headed to Washington. I also like the, let's see if I can recall. So I think the way he worded it was, "Are you ready to have some concrete under you?" Which, like, I mean, okay, yeah, no, that's not sure I would have been able to do it without the context, but yeah, that, okay, I can see how that could mean, you know, to drive somewhere. Um, yeah, and I like the, what he said, what she said, stuff was, yeah. And yeah, the thing about, well, we're going out for supplies. The car will still be here when we get back. Don't worry. Um, and yeah, Carol and Darrow, and the thing about, she just can't talk about it. You know, Understandable. And he wants to help. And um, when when Tyrese says, um, I'll make sure the others understand. You know, but um, the girls, they're not going to talk about the girls just yet. Um, I know I've said it before, but I really do think the show does such a good job handling trauma, because, like, yeah, it just hurts so much, and the way that sometimes you become closed off, and I mean, like, almost everyone in the current survivor group met the girls and, like, wanted, yeah, wanted them to make it. And I think that does bring us to the yeah, very clever. The thing about, they find the car and the engine doesn't start, but there's it's a generator, I guess, for the car battery. I think that's, or is it a car that just doesn't have a battery but runs on a generator? I don't know. But yeah, clever. And the thing, at first they're gonna hide it, or save it rather. Sorry, in Danish we have one word that has both meanings. They're gonna save it in case the 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 bus doesn't work out. And let's see, I guess that's about when they head out. And also the thing about, well, there's just one place left that might have supplies. There's too many walkers there. Until I knew for sure, I did wonder if it was a trap. Even once I saw the waterlogged walkers, I was still thinking, oh, is that the trap? They're going to push him in there or something. But I guess, could it have been the hunters? I guess mighty fast for the hunters to have placed Gabriel there. Right now, I think Gabriel has nothing to do with the hunters. Let's see. I think that yeah, the yeah, Glenn. There's a bit of noise, and then he comes out and is like, Walker? Yeah, Walker. I tripped. Okay, there's a mop and a bucket, and very clever silencers. Yeah, and yeah, I really appreciate it. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting her name, and my wrists are too fucked to check right now. But she tells Maggie, I was with the governor. I didn't know who he was or what he was capable of. I just, wanted you to know. And there is a very long, as pregnant as Ms. Grimes, Laurie, was before giving birth, pause, before Maggie says, well, you're with us now. Because, like, yeah, I was thinking, okay, I'm sorry, if there's one fucking thing that's gonna make Maggie just, like, absolutely just, yeah, uh, fuck up another human being, who is not a threat, I mean. Yeah, it might be, because she knows what that, that's, yeah, Jesus Christ. And I liked when Rick explained, I could tell you, you didn't want to be there. That's why I tried talking to you. Um, yeah, I think that brings us to, so yeah, been a minute since we've seen, a bloated walker from water. Love seeing it. There's still such fantastic makeup effects, just, yeah, Jesus Christ. Um, and let's see. Yeah. Uh, the thing about using the shells, very clever. And they managed to take out a bunch of them, and Gabriel is very put off when he sees one particular one, and we do see, there was like, what's the word? A picture of him with her. Nicely done on giving her distinct, yeah, you could tell that it's the same person. The zombie and the picture. And I really... Okay, jumping back briefly, I really like the part where... So yeah, Rick, talks to Carl, and basically, like, does the... he doesn't say that what he's saying is cop training, but, like, I've heard enough about American cop training to know that's American cop training. Which, yeah, there's a... I mean, do I have to put too fine a point on the fact that now the cop training, it took the fucking zombie apocalypse for that shit to sound, reasonable. If you are interested in some really excellent YouTube videos on propaganda, I cannot fucking believe I'm blanking on his name. Mr. Too fucked to check right now, but shit. God damn. I mean, at this point, I don't even know what I would do a search for, since I don't remember his name. But let's see. He also does videos on the West Wing, which I think he calls the worst wing. So, that might help you find him. But yeah. And the yeah. When when they all come back, Carl does have, he accepted that, okay, maybe there is something fishy about Gabriel, so he investigated and presents his findings, and is told, "You're a good son. You keep this up, you'll make lieutenant one day." And that is also, "You'll burn for this." And someone tried to cut their way into the church. So I guess it's possible. I mean, it is the South. Maybe it's racists. I swear that's not my answer to everything bad in the, southern states of America. A lot of the time it is, but not all of the time. Yeah. Let's see. Or is it supposed to be that he was with her before? Yeah. I'm thinking a future episode will... yeah. Moving on. So yeah. Yeah, if when Gabriel stands with his back to the, like, he moves as far away as he can, essentially. And, yeah, the zombie comes very, very close to him, and he has to be rescued. If that's not Flanders, he's done his homework. Like, he is not... This is one hell of an act, if it is an act. Yeah. And I think that brings us to... let's see. Yeah. they celebrate good times. Come on. And there's the speech about and Eugene, explains some of what they're going to Washington for. And the I quite appreciated there's a nice rhetorical trick in the speech, because at first it sounds like a toast. It sounds like, you are all of you survivors. And they're like, yeah, we made it. And then he's like, is that all you want to be? Very nicely done. Because that's like, because it's the, God damn it. I hope my literature teacher isn't watching this. I'm pretty sure she's not, but she worked pretty hard to teach us the names of these. But there's a specific word for that rhetorical trick. It's this thing of like making someone feel one thing and then like going in another direction so that you know yeah, it changes the impact instead of if you just go directly to the thing you were already going to. And I think that might just about cover. Yeah, so the right, the thing about, very nice of you to. I'm surprised you let us have some of the communion wine. No one's around to have communion. First blessed. It's just wine. Someone's a cranky drunk, ain't they? But that's also a good image. This priest just swigging. Yeah. And let's see. I think that might bring us to. I will say for until the end of the episode, I kept waiting for Bob to reveal that he was hiding of a wound from the water, a water wound. But thankfully, that was not the yeah. Yeah, the I also really like the game. The poor Bob. The game, the show really knows how to just twist it in and break it off, don't it? She kept saying something negative, and he kept turning it positive. Wet socks, cold feet. And yeah, I mean the mosquito bite. What was it? Scratching reminds you you're alive. Having 2 days left until retirement. Enjoying those 2 days. Oh, I'm gonna die, aren't I? And the yeah, were they the ones watching? Because like Daryl said he didn't find any tracks, but there was something. Yeah, that had to be one of the hunters. That's really the only explanation. How on earth? Oh, right, because they're fuck. God damn it. Because they're hunter, or trained as hunters, something like that. I guess I could see how they might be able to completely avoid leaving any. But that would be really fucking difficult, though, especially because they only looked for the tracks in the morning, I guess? Okay, I guess, can you cover tracks in a way that leaves no tracks of the track covering? I'm not entirely sure. Let me know in the comments if you know, but yeah. Also, the thing about they're carrying back the water, and he's like, "Hey, do you need? Was it? Do you need help carrying this?" And then he like drops his and picks it up, and just I don't. I'm not sure if I've given enough praise for Carol's wonderful impish smile in my videos on this show, but it just, yeah. Um, let's see. I think that pretty well covers, and also just that idea of that. Yeah, they need fresh, clean water. So they find. Um, I'm not even gonna try to, but they find a place that has fresh, clean water. Um, and yeah, early in the episode we see them get a little bit, and then later they get more. Just the way that they, or did they get all of it and then carry whatever? We see several times them dealing with water, and I think that does pretty well just leave the yeah. So they yeah, Bob goes out and then gets knocked out and wakes up and sees, they cut part of his body off and they're cooking it and eating it. Jesus Christ. Sans the what was it called again? Eucharist, I want to say it's called. Yeah. And the yeah. Um when I did my video on the first episode, I thought that the the hunters were not gonna um be able to come back from, but um and certainly they were fucking fast to recover from, their home being burnt down and flooded with fucking zombies, but that's just how fucking that's how much of a threat they are. They can come back that fast. And yeah. Um the right, and the um pretty sure the wasn't one of the guys that are eating, I think that was Mr. Radio from the episode before this one. He, yeah, Tyrese had in fact not killed him. I think that might pretty well cover everything for this one. But yeah, I really appreciate the. I'm looking very much forward to seeing more of the hunters hunting. Cause Jesus Christ, that is one of those things that, that's part of why cannibalism, which thankfully in real life, like a huge chunk of the time that it's that the accusation has been made about a group of people, it's there's not actual evidence that it took place, but it's sadly, sometimes people will make that accusation because then they can justify uh, it seems to them, and a number of people, you can justify seemingly anything to, and yeah, towards um, cannibals. Yeah, part of that is, of course, that and to be clear, we're talking about people who are killing, are doing it when there's other options, more so than, and we again have they say we didn't start out eating people. So like it is on their mind. They appreciate that this is the, yeah. Right. Okay. Just so I don't forget. I definitely wanted to make sure to say, yeah. Sometimes when someone is a cannibal, they will, like we see in this episode, they'll cut part of a person off, cauterize the wound, eat it, wait a while, and then come back for more later. Obviously, if they kill the person, then the meat will start to degrade, sooner than just, yeah. So that's really fucked up, and yeah, the show keeps finding ways to top its fucked upness, because seeing part of your own body having been cut off, being eaten, is fucking horrifying. And just this wonderful little bit of editing where as soon as it becomes clear, then the camera shows several people eating, as well as was it his foot on the grill or something along those lines. Just yeah. That's, yeah. And also the thing about, it's nothing personal. Okay, you don't have to quote one of the taglines of Terminator 2 at me, is what Bob is presumably thinking. Yeah, it's a really cool. It's very different from the groups of humans that had, gone up against Rick and his survivors before. So that's a very cool new, yeah. And I think that might just about cover, yeah, I think the, but yeah, them explaining about the cannibalism, um, you know, they appreciate that, you know, for most of us, yeah, eating another human being, bit of a faux pas.